Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Sam, and in today's video we're going to do a little bonus reading vlog this month for Crescent City, House of Flame and Shadow. This is just the dust jacket. My copy's over there, and I take the dust jacket off all my hardcover books when I'm reading them because I don't want to damage them. I really wasn't sure whether or not I was going to do this video, but ultimately I decided that it would just be a lot of fun and kind of an experiment, if you will, because I've never done like one book dedicated reading vlog before. And this is obviously not going up anywhere near when the book released on January 30th, but still wanted to put it together, put it up, share my thoughts. I am also buddy reading this with Emily, which as per usual, everything will be listed down below. She's also filming a reading vlog for this, so that'll be fun. That's also why this is taking us longer. We only read roughly 5 chapters a day. This reading vlog, like all of my others, will be spoiler free for the entire video. However, for this video, because it's like a single book dedicated video, I am going to have a spoiler section at the very end, which I will make very clear that I am talking about spoilers. So if you haven't read the whole book yet or aren't caught up with all of Sarah J. Maas's series or whatever, you can still watch the majority of this video, and I'll put plenty of warnings when the spoilers start. So I have actually started this book. I'm 160 pages into it, so I wanted to sort of give my first check-in. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really eating it up. I tried my very best to stay away from theories and I guess just guesses on what was going to happen in this third book, because I didn't want to go in with what I thought was going to happen and then be let down, because everything that the book community theorized doesn't come true. And I think that's helped so far, because even Sarah J. Maas has said that she's not on social media and doesn't look up any fan theories or anything. So she's really out here just doing whatever she wants. So what I can say, this book starts 2 days after the end of Crescent City 2, and we have a couple new POVs, which is really fun, and I'm really enjoying a couple new characters, which is really fun. Overall, I'm having a really good time. There's one POV that I'm still enjoying, but it kind of just feels like it's getting dragged out unnecessarily, and I feel like more could have been done with it. It's also very info dumpy, but that is the same with all of the Crescent City books. I feel like, ACOTAR was only supposed to be 3 books, but both ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, I feel like we are taken through more of the journey with our characters as opposed to just being told everything. And Crescent City is it's a very complex world, and there's a lot of history and background knowledge that you need in order to continue the story. And the way that Crescent City is written, we get a lot of that background information just told to us. It's not like the characters are going through like a plot line and learning this information. It's just kind of historical knowledge that everybody knows that we're just told and have to kind of catch up with. And Sarah has already said that I think this was supposed to be a trilogy, or at least this book at the end feels like it could be the finale, but she is writing more, and each of the books are named after one of the houses. So I'm assuming that there's only going to be one more book in this series. So I kind of feel like that's why it's kind of just a lot of info dumpy, but overall, I'm still very much eating it up. I love some of the character interactions that we're having, and the sort of like found family that we get in all of her series. I think it's just so much fun. So that's my first check-in. I don't know if that made any sense at all, but that's where we are. I will probably check in later today or tomorrow after I hit like the 200 page mark, maybe 250. We'll see how I'm feeling. Okay, so I've been really bad at updating this vlog. The last 2 days were not fun. I was not feeling very well. It was just honestly not the week to do reading vlogs. I actually just said this in my other reading vlog. But I did want to give a little update on House of Flame and Shadow. I'm just past 300 pages now. And I have to say, like, the first, like, it was really good initially. And then I feel like it really slowed down, and the past like 150 pages were extremely info dumpy and just kind of dragged on and really made me dislike our like main character. I'm having a lot of fun with our side characters. They're definitely pulling the story along for me and keeping my enjoyment up. But as soon as we hit like the 300 page mark, it picks up again, and I'm having a lot more fun with it again, and there's a lot more like action happening. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I personally didn't go in with very many expectations. I didn't have really any theories of how this book was going to go, and I'm glad that I went in without any expectations because I feel like I would be incredibly disappointed. I will say one plot line didn't go how I thought it was going to go so far, but we'll see if Sarah did more with it, because that's kind of frustrating. But I understand why it was written that way, but still enjoying it. Excited to continue. Hello everybody. Sorry about this awkward angle. I'm going to read here in a second, but I wanted to give a little update on House of Flame and Shadow. I am just a little bit past halfway now, page 512. My reading vlogs have not been working out this week or this past week, so playing a little bit of catch up, trying to get back on track here, and hopefully the rest of this book can be a little bit better filmed. My main spoiler-free thoughts right now, there's definitely a lot of info dumping in this book. I mean, Sarah J. Maas did that a lot with this series overall. It's a lot of telling about some history and backstory and descriptions and stuff like that. You're not like entirely following them along. I feel like we're getting a little bit more being shown what's going on, but it's mostly in the forms of they're looking for something and they're having conversations, or they are talking to this other person and getting like more into their backstory, and we're being told their story. It's kind of in these like large clumps of information, which was getting a little draggy, sort of like in the first like 250 pages, and it's definitely gotten better, but there's still definitely chapters and situations where it's a lot of just like, I feel like I'm just being told a lot of information. Our female main character is driving me up the wall right now. She's honestly acting just like a brat, and it's making me really frustrated and hard to root for her, because at this point, like, we are in the third book. It's not like in ACOTAR when we were given a new POV and we're just kind of learning about her for the first time. Like, we know this character, we know like what she's like, and I feel like a lot of this book she's acting a little bit out of character, which is kind of odd. I'm absolutely loving our side characters a lot more. There's one sort of plot story that is incredibly entertaining. But yeah, I'm in love with our side characters. I think they're really carrying the story right now, and I love hearing more about the characters that we were introduced to in the first two books, as well as learning more about new characters to the story. I'm still having a really good time, but I'm just not getting that like 5-star feeling that I normally would have by now. prompt I need to send out stimuli. So we're just going to write them the old-fashioned way. It's getting crazy. I have to film. Hello everybody, I am currently in my work parking lot, but I wanted to give you a little check-in because it's been a couple days. Oh, that's terrifying. A chunk of ice just slid down my windshield. What's happening? What is happening? If you watched my last video, how I was talking about how I didn't know if I like my hair, well, I did my hair the same way that I did it like the first time that I tried to jump back into this like hair curl journey, and I'm obsessed. I think it turned out so good. Anyway, that's not what today's clip is about. I painted my nails for Valentine's Day. Obsessed. Anyway, none of this is relevant to what I was coming out here to talk about. It's been a couple days since I did my last check-in, and I'm having a lot more fun. I think like the plot is definitely progressing. We're sort of getting to that point in Sarah J. Maas books that like everything goes haywire and you can't keep up with what's going on and everything's just crazy. So that's a lot of fun. I'm still absolutely loving the side characters. So much like visceral reactions to everything going on with them. Last night's chapters were a lot. a lot happened. I'm still having like the same issues that I was before with our female main character is incredibly frustrating. And it's like she keeps coming back and forth with being what she's been like for the past 2 books and then going and being like kind of awful. I don't know. But overall, I'm having an amazing time, and I'm going to be going up visiting family this weekend. So we'll see how much footage I can get. I'm really hoping that I can at least get another clip of me reading the last few chapters, but we'll see because I really don't like filming around other people. So we'll see what happens there. And yeah, that's my update for now. Been a little over a week since I finished House of Sky and Breath. And honestly, I'm not sure like the last thing I actually talked about was. So oopsies. After sitting on this, I definitely think this is a 4-star book. I was definitely disappointed by the way that this sort of wrapped up. And it's honestly just not sitting with me the way that her other books have, which is disappointing. This was definitely disappointing. I'm glad that I didn't go into this book with any expectations, because I definitely think that if you had a lot of theories worked out, you will be even more disappointed. I will say overall, like I had a great time reading it, but it was definitely very info dumpy and characters were doing things that didn't seem in character. And I feel like the side characters definitely carry the story for me. Bryce was incredibly annoying in particular, and just I feel like she was making really strange decisions and was trying to act like some of our other favorite Sarah J. Maas characters, but doing a very bad job at it. I was able to find and read all of the bonus chapters, and they didn't help. I did enjoy Bryce and Danica's bonus chapter. Danica was very suspicious in that bonus chapter, but I do wish that we got more of them sort of before everything happened. Rune's bonus chapter was my absolute favorite, and yeah, those are kind of my final thoughts. Without any spoilers, I really don't want to give anything away, but if you stick around, I will have a section of spoilers following next if you have read the book or don't care about spoilers. If that's all you're staying for, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you've read this book, let me know what you thought down below, spoiler free. Or you can message me on Instagram if you want to discuss spoilers. Everything is as usual linked down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. And if you're staying for spoilers, I will see you in a minute. Bye. Okay, now for the spoiler section and feelings. I absolutely love Lydia. I think she is such an amazing character. I love her backstory, and like everything that we learn about her just like stabs me right through the heart. I love her and Room together so much. They give me like butterflies, and there's just like so many lines in their point of views about each other, or it just hurts. Ethan is on like a wild situation right now. Cannot believe that Jezebel is, honestly can't believe that like there's so many of these characters that we're being introduced to that were around on Midgard 15,000 years ago when the Asteri first showed up. Ethan's chapters are hilarious, just doing work for Jezebel. Just so funny. Grace and Hunt's relationship is a little strange right now. Hunt is putting like all of the blame on himself, which I understand. But at the same time, it's like, okay, like all of you had a part in this. And like Bryce had tried to explain that, but like she's also being hot right now. The sort of like adventure and search through the tunnels on at the prison in Prithian was so boring. And their whole interaction was just not what I was expecting. I'm kind of hoping that they pop up again because I understand them not being welcoming, but I didn't think that that was going to go the way that it went. I thought there was going to be like some sort of like training thing. I didn't think that Bryce was going to be such a pain and like be so awful to them the whole time. For the spoiler section of this update, I'm obsessed with Ethan. Ethan is everything. I just want to give him a little hug. He's just a baby. I don't know why, but every time it's his chapters, that's like the sound that I always think of. And I just want to protect him at all costs. He just got his like power level up, and the Prime is dead. Sabine is dead. Just like block this truck that's coming. And Ethan is Prime. Like, of course he is. Who else would be Prime? Of course it's Ethan. Is it gone now? Yeah. Okay. I'm having a really good time. This is not like definitely still doesn't feel like complete 5 stars, but I'm having a much better time. Like this section is feeling like 5 stars. If the whole book was like this the whole time, I think it would be 5 stars, but because of the very slow beginning, I can't give it 5 stars. Okay, so spoilers at the end. Ending spoilers, real talk. Why a black hole inside a black hole? Really? Like, I liked Bryce taking out the first Asteri. What was her name? Polaris, I think. Was that the first one? Whatever the first one that stuck out in this book. I think that was done well, but then the fact that she just like made a black hole and just sucked them all in, it just felt like too easy. I also absolutely hate when main characters are killed off when you as a reader know for a fact that they're just going to be brought back in the next chapter. It drives me up the wall. I do think Jezebel's character was amazing in this. She was so funny with Ethan, and their scenes were just so good because they were just so ridiculous. Ethan, my little baby, I love him so much. Yeah, I feel like Bryce was just like kind of awful to everyone, especially Hunt. Like, he was really going through it, had just like lost his mate and like had no idea where she was going, found out that she didn't go where she was supposed to have gone, and like he's rattled and she's not helping him out, just calling him out in front of everybody and being rude. Rune and Lydia were the best part when we found out that Lydia is a descendant of Brannon from Throne of Glass. I think that's all I have to say. I don't have many thoughts other than like I didn't love the ending. It wrapped up a little too in a bow. I have seen an interview with Sarah say that this is sort of the end. Everything is done after this book, but there is still supposed to be one more book, and I think we're going to be following Ethan and Therian because their stories are definitely not wrapped up yet. So I am like intrigued to see how that goes because I feel like we're going to lose like a lot of the POVs. Like I feel like if we're gonna talk predictions for the next book, I think that it's gonna follow Ethan and Tharian mainly. I think Ethan has a thing for Perry, and we're gonna get some Ariadne and Flynn and Deck, I think, are gonna be themes in the next one, but I think our like other main characters are not really gonna be involved. Like Hunt and Bryce, Lydia and Rune, they're all kind of done, wrapped up in a nice little bow. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, I did find and read all of the bonus chapters, and Randall and Ember's bonus chapter, why is Reese the way that he was? Like, I understand that they are trying to protect their world, they're trying to protect Prithian, but in the end of A Court of Silver Flames, like, Nesta saved Feyre and Nyx, and like she was like a god to Reese essentially, and like seemed like she could do no wrong, and now he's reaming her out like that. I just, every time that we see Reese in a different POV, I don't get it. I don't understand why he's showcased like that when we've seen him with his group and he's not like that. Anyway, I didn't understand that. Overall, very info dumpy, but like had a good time. So that's it. I'm gonna stop rambling.